Andreas Seppi is a professional tennis player from South Tyrol, northern Italy, who turned professional in 2002. He considers clay and hard courts his favorite surfaces and is coached by Massimo Sartori.Seppi has reached a career-high singles ranking of World No.18. Tennis career. Early career. Seppi turned pro in 2001, playing exclusively on the ATP Futures and ATP Challenger Series circuit for 3 seasons. He won his first Futures event in 2003, in Munich, Germany, defeating Lars Ubel. In addition, he qualified for his first 2 ATP events in Kitzbühel and Bucharest, where he was defeated by Olivier Mutis and Jose Acasuso, respectively. In 2004, Seppi made his Davis Cup debut against Georgia, losing to Irakli Labadze in 5 sets. In Kitzbühel, Seppi failed to convert 10 match points against Trainer Schuttler in a second-round loss. A few weeks later, Seppi was able to gain revenge for this loss. In his Grand Slam debut as a qualifier, he defeated Schuttler, coming from 2 sets to love down. Seppi finished the 2005 season in the top 100 for the first time. He qualified for 4 ATP Masters Series events, with his best performance in Hamburg, where he reached the quarterfinals. In the Davis Cup, Seppi came back from 2 sets to love down and defeated Juan Carlos Ferrero, before losing to Rafael Nadal in the reverse singles. After this performance, he reached his first ATP Tour semi-final in Palermo, where he defeated defending champion Tomas Berdych, before falling to Igor Andreev. In 2006, Seppi made semi-finals on hard courts in Sydney and grass in Nottingham, showing that he was able to perform well on other surfaces besides clay. Seppi ended the streak of 4 consecutive Sydney titles for Leighton Hewitt and, in the process, saved 2 match points. Seppi lost against Andre Agassi in his last appearance at Wimbledon. At the 2007 Australian Open, Seppi defeated American Bobby Reynolds in 5 sets, after saving a match point. The match was scheduled for the afternoon, but was put back due to the heat. This match finished at 3:34 a.m., which was at the time the latest time for a match to be completed until it was surpassed by the Leighton Hewitt and Marcos Bagnatis match at the 2008 Australian Open, which started at 11:47 p.m. and finished at 4:33 a.m. because of a 2-hour delay. Seppi made the final of the Sunrise Challenger, defeating Gustavo Coutin, Juan Martin del Potro, and Nicolas Massu, and then losing to Gael Monfils. After Sunrise, Seppi struggled with his ranking outside the top 100. He surprisingly made his first ATP Tour final in Gstaad, where he defeated Stefan Kubik and Igor Andreev, both in third-set tiebreakers. Seppi led 5-3 in the third set and had the opportunity to serve for the championship but failed to do so, losing to Paul-Henri Mathieu. Seppi made his first semi-final indoors in Vienna, defeating 2-time defending champion Ivan Lubasic along the way to complete the feat of at least making the semi-finals of events played on clay, hardcourt, grass and indoors, eventually finishing in the top 80 for the 3rd consecutive year. 2008 to 2010. The 2008 season, Seppi won his first challenger title at Bergamo, where he defeated Julian Benachou in the final for the loss of 1 set in the tournament. He made the quarter-finals of the indoor event in Rotterdam, where he defeated Leighton Hewitt in the process, saving a match point. Then he scored his biggest win over the then world number 2 Rafael Nadal before losing to Robin Soetling. Seppi qualified for the semi-finals of the Hamburg Masters. This was the first time he reached that stage of the Masters Series events. He defeated Richard Gasquet, Joan Monaco and Nicolas Kiefer in a match where he led 6-3. 5-3 before winning, which included Seppi winning the last 4 games and went for 3 hours and 13 minutes in duration, before losing to Roger Federer in the semi-finals. In 2009, Seppi made the semi-finals in Belgrade and in Umag, both on clay, while winning his second challenger title in San Marino, defeating countryman Potito Staras in the final. Seppi found success at the challenger level in 2010, where he won his third challenger title at Kitzbühel, accounting for Victor Krivoy in the final. 2011-2012 breakthrough. For the second time, Seppi won the challenger title at Bergamo in 2011, and later in the year followed that victory with his first ATP title in 2011 at Eastbourne, which came on grass, defeating Janko Tipsarevic in the final after the Serbian retired at 5-3 down in the third set. Earlier in the day, Seppi played Igor Kunitsyn in the semi-final, which he also won in 3 sets. Seppi won his second ATP title in 2012 at Belgrade, defeating David Nalbandian in the semi-finals and Benoit Paire in the final. At the quarter-finals of the Rome Masters, he defeated Stanislas Wawrinka, having saved 6 match points in the process. Seppi reached the 4th round of a Grand Slam for the first time in his career at the 2012 French Open, eventually being defeated by world number 1 Novak Djokovic in 5 sets, having won the first 2 sets. He defeated former world No. 3 Nikolai Davydenko in the first round and former top 10 player Fernando Verdasco along the way. He didn't fare well at the other Grand Slam tournaments, losing in the first round of the Australian and US Opens as well as Wimbledon. Seppi started his 2013 season at the Hopman Cup, partnering 2010 French Open champion Francesca Schiavone. Seppi lost all 3 of his singles rubbers to Novak Djokovic, Bernard Tomic and Tommy Haas, but combined with Schiavone to win all their doubles rubbers against the Serbian pairing of Djokovic and Ana Ivanovic, the Australian pairing of Tomic and Ashley Barty, and the German pairing of Haas and Tatjana Malik. The win over the Serbian pair of Djokovic and Ivanovic marked the first victory for Seppi and Schiavone over the respective opponents in any capacity, as Seppi has never defeated Djokovic and Schiavone has never beaten Ivanovic in professional singles matches. At the Sydney International the following week, Seppi reached the semi-finals as the 3rd seed, losing to eventual champion Tomic. Seppi reached the 4th round of the 2013 Australian Open, a result which saw him enter the world's top 20 for the first time. Mixed results followed the Australian Open, with a quarter-final loss in Dubai to eventual champion Djokovic and a 4th round loss in Miami to Andy Murray, who went on to win the tournament. Seppi's 2014 season started poorly, losing every match at the Hopman Cup. In the Sydney International, Seppi was seeded 3rd. He was defeated by Marinko Matovic in the 2nd round. In the Australian Open, he beat Leighton Hewitt in 5 sets but lost to Donald Young in the 2nd round. At the Rotterdam Open, he was defeated by Tomas Berdych in the 1st round. He then lost to Michael Ladra in Marseille. Seppi did manage to find some form in Dubai, reaching the 2nd round by beating Florian Mayer, coming from 3-0 down in the 3rd set. The match ended 4-6, 6-1, 7-5. He was then defeated by Philip Kohlschreiber. He reached the 3rd of the Indian Wells and the Miami Masters, losing to Stanislas Wawrinka and David Ferrer respectively. At the 2014 Monte Carlo Rolex Masters, Seppi defeated No. 13 seed Miguel Eugeni and Pablo Andujar but lost to Rafael Nadal in the 3rd round. In January at the 2015 Australian Open, the unseeded Seppi caused a huge upset by beating second seed and four-time champion Roger Federer in the third round in 4 sets. After having lost to him in 10 previous meetings, Seppi was defeated in the next round by Nick Kyrgios in 5 sets, despite having a match point in the 4th set. Seppi's next tournament after the Australian Open was the 2015 PBZ Zagreb Indoors, where he was seeded 5th. There, he reached his first final since 2012 but lost to Spaniard Guillermo Garcia Lopez in straight sets. 2016 and AMP crashed down ATP rankings. He started off with a decent result in the 2016 Australian Open. As the 28th seed, he managed to get to the third round before losing to eventual champion Novak Djokovic. He had 2 disappointing results in the 2016 Indian Wells Masters and AMP the 2016 Miami Open. In the 2016 Indian Wells Masters, he lost to 9th seed John Isner, and in the 2016 Miami Open he lost to 27th seed Alexander Dolgopolov. In the Italian Open he lost to Richard Gasquet in the second round. Seppi crashed out of the 2016 French Open in the first round to Ernest Gulbis. In 2016 Wimbledon Championships, Seppi smashed Guillermo Garcia Lopez in straight sets before losing to eventual finalist Milos Raonic in the second round. Personal. Seppi's mother tongue is German, but he also speaks Italian and English. He supports AC Milan and his nicknames are Andy and also Seppio, given to him by his coach. His good friend, WTA player Karen Knapp, lives in the same town as Seppi. Equipment and sponsoring. Seppi currently uses Pro Kenix tennis rackets and wears Fila gear. ATP Career Finals. Singles, 8 doubles, 7 challenges and futures. Singles Performance Timeline. Current through 2016 Wimbledon Championships. Doubles Performance Timeline. Current through the 2015 US Open.